Hey guys, it is day 5. We got Matthew here. I just happened to be walking out the door and he was walking down the road because he went for a walk. So the HVAC guy texted me and said that they were done for the day and that they would be back next Tuesday. So today is a Thursday. They'll be back next Tuesday because it is family day on Monday, and I guess either they need more material or what, but to finish.
Need a break from you.
I haven't been here. Actually, I can't even see you. Oh, there we go. So they'll be finishing up on Tuesday. So yeah, they're pretty much done here. I guess they just have a little bit left to do. And then we get to start electrical very, very soon. So I'll just go through, show you what they did today. I've noticed a few things so far, and it is actually super clean in here, which is awesome because it was a mess. It was the messiest I've ever seen the house so far. But anyways, the floor is all tidied up and all their tools are gone. Just they have their propane tank here for the heater, and everything was swept up nice, and the cords were picked up, our cords were picked up. So that's awesome. So from that pole there over will be a wall. So that'll be our utility room so that everything's tucked away nicely. Yeah, and the door will be there. You guys obviously saw the furnace, but this is the cold air return duct here, and it runs all the way along through the whole building, and not quite all the way to the end. They end it at a certain point. You won't be able to see it from here anyways, but and then the next thing I saw that they completed is the HRV run. So they have HRV going up to the bathroom here with pipe, and then hooked into the HRV, and then running the whole building along there. And by the looks of it, they just made everything work in this corner, which is pretty tight, but works out. So once again, heat run, cold air return, HRV lines. I'm trying to think of anything else that they would have done. Obviously, they would have finished in the crawl space just all of their runs for the HRV and cold air return and heat runs.
You said heat run twice.
Oh, did I?
I think so.
I thought I said cold air return.
I thought you said heat run twice.
Oh, for the HRV and cold air return and heat runs. I don't know if this was done yesterday, but I didn't notice it. It was so messy in here. This is like the drainage line.
No, it wasn't done yesterday.
Just this piece was done yesterday, right? Yeah. So this is the drainage, the condensation line that will run into the sump pump over there. And now I'll be able to show you better here the drain pipes that run into the sump pump as well. So here is our hot water heater. It's a propane one, and the gas line runs, that's the yellow line, and it runs up in there and hits the gas line up in there, and then runs out to the end of the building, which I'm assuming they're gonna do all the outside stuff. This is looking pretty complex, but it's a John Wood Proline XE commercial grade 50-gallon water heater. So there it is there. Just trying to think. I don't think there's anything else. Upstairs would be probably nothing. I'll go look.
I don't think so. You want me to lock this door over here?
Yes, please. So I think it was a little bit darker last night than it is tonight, but you can see there the ductwork, and you can't see the return from here. I was hoping you'd be able to, but yeah. So the return comes to there. That's the heat run, and then the return comes to here because of this cold air return. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for this week on HVAC, and then we'll have one more day. And yeah, so after this, we get to start electrical because we get to run all of our wiring through the HVAC and all that, which is gonna be not fun. With all the HVAC runs, it's gonna be like pulling wire through teeth. But anyways. on Tuesday, the guys finish all of the HVAC and basically they are done until finishing touches. So that's like after paint and drywall and all of that. So that is awesome. We're just so happy that it went smoothly and they did an awesome job, because we have found in the past that when you can't do it yourself, it's not that great quality. And obviously, I mean, it's my buddy's company and they did a great job. Obviously, that's why I picked them, because I had trust in them. But yeah, so I'll just go around, show you quickly what they did as their last few minute things, and we'll go from there. So they finished venting the furnace and they went out the rim board outside, which I'll show you in a bit. But you can see all of this PVC vents out to the outside and does have an upward angle outside, so that if there is any rainwater, it will just drain back down and into the sump pump. So they also vented the hot water heater, because that is propane as well, and same thing, it is on an angle so that if rainwater comes in, it will drain into the sump pump. They finished venting the HRV, and that's these big foil insulated pipes here, and one is the intake and one is the exhaust. So the one will push out the stale air and then the other one takes in the fresh air. Now outside you can see the PVC coming through the wall and our gas line, which will hook up to propane tanks that will sit about there. And then the PVC, so those two are the exhaust for the propane furnace, and that is for the propane water heater. And then on the back wall, you can see the intake and exhaust for the HRV. Now we decided to put the HRV on the back of the house because these stay flush with the siding, and it'll have a grill that's paintable to match the siding. And we're planning on having stairs come down here. So if we had put this stuff on this side, oh, look at the trumpeter swans. Oh, he looks like he's getting lost. Oh, now they're coming. So yeah, anyways, this will be flush with the siding and it'll have a grill that's paintable. And if we did have stairs come down here, you won't knock yourself into a big PVC pipe. And obviously on this side of the house, there's nothing. It's going to be mainly driveway for the trailer and then obviously backyard, right? So that's why we did it that way. And obviously the ductwork is complete. I've shown you pretty much all of this already, but I will show you the crawl space. All right, so now that we're in the crawl space, I can show you what they did. And this is where the basement is. And you can see the heat run, the cool air return, and the HRV there. And they run along, and the cool air return stops about there, and then the heat run continues pretty much all the way to the end of the building, and then the HRV ends there. But then they actually go up and over the cool air return and heat run. Right here you can see that's where they transfer it over to run the rest of the building, because up over there they just didn't have enough room to do that. You can see the HRV, the heat runs, some cool air returns, and then over here you can see some heat runs and an HRV. So the crawl space is complete. So as you can see, everything is finished and we're super happy with everything. Everything just worked out perfect. You can see right above here, everything kind of just fit in perfectly before our plumbing work, so that works out good. The HRV was originally supposed to go on this wall, but because we have to have our electrical panel there, they just didn't have enough room. They can hang it pretty much anywhere, so they hung it over here, which is great. And we did change the placement of the hot water heater. It was originally supposed to be here beside the door, but when they had it there, it just seemed too big and bulky there. So we made a split decision to push it into the corner. We're going to put our pressure tank, that guy, underneath the HRV. The pressure tank you don't do anything with ever. And then we're going to put our softener here so that we can fill it with salt and not hit our heads off of this. So I think it worked out just beautifully. And there's actually a ton of room in this utility room now. Obviously it'll fill up more when we have the pressure tank and the water softener and the panel and a doorway and all that, but I think it looks great. All right, so that is it for HVAC. It went super fast. We're super happy with the work that was done. But next is electrical, insulation, vapor barrier, drywall, and I'm just in the process of sorting out our builder's loan, mortgage, and because now that HVAC is done, I have to tap into the mortgage. So we're just kind of waiting on all the paperwork stuff to be done, because originally when we applied was actually 2019, so they have to do some like renewal stuff. Not a big deal because all our information is the same and we're not asking for any more money. We're actually probably taking less money. So we're just kind of waiting on all of that to be finalized. They have to send an appraiser out to appraise the land and all of that to be able to tell you how much your first installment will be and yada, yada, yada. So once that is done, we will be starting electrical. And we also know that you're not supposed to run wiring at like -10. So it's been really cold lately and we can't pull wires if it is too cold. Obviously there is lots to be doing other than pulling wires, but we have been working a couple days here planning wiring and stuff like that, planning where switches and outlets go and lights and all of that. So I will obviously show you that process when the time comes. And yeah, so that is it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.